What's going on YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, and today I want to talk to you guys about how much is too much. What really brought this to my attention was the Halo 5 requisition system, and basically how you earn more gear in the game, whether it be skins or different types of weapons that you can use during Warzone or emblems or shaders, that sort of thing. You have to earn through requisition packs, which is an in-game currency. And requisition points by the packs, or if you don't want to grind through it, you can plop down a couple bucks here and there and open up packs to your heart's content. Well, this weekend there is a special going on, if you want to call it that, and it is 5 branded Halo Championship Series items, which include a battle rifle, a Magnum, a helmet, a chest armor, and an emblem, which all have the HCS logo and color scheme on them, and they look really, really cool. If you want them and you have the requisition points, it's free. Only problem is it's 80,000 requisition points. Now, most people probably don't have 80,000 requisition points sitting around, but it's okay. They're going to sell it to you if you want it for 10 bucks. And it's through today only. It's like a 3 or 4 day event, and they say this is it. Once it's gone, it's gone. I don't really believe that, but that's what they say. And they say, you should buy this to, 1, support the HCS prize pool, and 2, show your support for the game. A lot of people are tying this to the fact that, hey, Halo is basically committed to giving free DLC. They just announced some at the Video Game Awards show on Thursday, that they're going to be doing free DLC monthly for a while. And they're going to be including, we're getting Forge mode now, but they're also going to be including obvious things like more requisition packs, different armor shaders, skins, different that kind of stuff. And maybe new maps will trickle their way out here and there. Obviously, we got the 4 new maps with the big team battles. We haven't seen anything new. I don't know if this December drop comes with new ones or not, but the idea that you have to kind of pay forward to get more stuff is just asinine. And to the people who think that, you're very mistaken. As many of you guys know, I work in industry, and on the other side of the table, burden rates and labor rates are ridiculous. So a good software engineer is probably going to cost about $300 an hour after you take into his overhead rates and that sort of thing, and just his burden to the company, his desk, his computer, the lights, insurance, that sort of thing. You start thinking about when you're buying things, what are you really buying? You may be buying a quarter of one person's time, but think of how many people are involved in bringing a map together. The artist guys, the sound guys, the level design guys, the pro team to play it, the project managers to run it. It's ridiculous. So for anyone to think that your measly money, no matter how much or how little it is, your $5, $10 pops, is really making a dent in anything production on a multi-million-dollar game, you're sorely mistaken. But more than that, I'm just really why are we so concerned with giving these guys more money? And that goes back to my original point. How much is enough? You paid $60, you got a single-player experience and a multiplayer experience, which had a few things in it. There were a bunch of different game modes, and there's a couple different maps. If that was it and that was the end of it, maybe people wouldn't be so upset. But the reality is our standards have changed. And if you had this amount of content maybe 5-10 years ago, you would flip out and say, where's all the maps? Where's all the content? Well, that's just how they do things now. So if they want to stagger out their development costs over the next year or two, that's fine. And the last time I checked, no one from Blizzard was calling me saying, hey, Jim, we just awarded Polt, or whoever the last World Championship Series for StarCraft 2 was. We just awarded him the tournament. Could you give us a couple bucks so we could help pay that? No, that's done through sponsorships. That's done through the creative ad process. I don't have to pay Google to search. Wikipedia bothers me, but they kiss my ass. You understand my point? That's what I'm trying to say is don't get caught up in this that you're helping some grand charitable scheme or that you're fighting for the cause. If the Halo Championship Series were absolutely free to enter and absolutely $0 upon the prize pool, let's say you win, you get nothing, you don't get a piece of paper, you don't get a trophy, maybe they put your name on a website and say, hey, Jim has been crowned the official Halo Championship Series player. Do you think that the high caliber players would stop playing? Of course not. They would still play. because it's not about the money. It's about the notoriety. Now, there are professional gamers who have to make a living, and I understand that. I'm not talking about those people. But I would suspect they probably supplement their income with a normal job anyways. But Blizzard doesn't call and ask me for money every time they have a tournament. League of Legends doesn't really do that either. Now, they do fund some stuff through microtransactions, and that's just obviously how they get their income. Part of your game went to that, I'm sure, and however they divvy it out. But, you know, the idea that you're going to pay and you're going to somehow, you know, get better players to come in, or you're going to, like, take it the extra mile, or you're, like, giving back to Blizzard, or you're giving back to 343 Industries, or giving back to Riot Games, or whatever it happens to be. Get that idea out of your head. You do not know these guys anything. They already got your money to get in the game, and obviously part of that package does include additional DLC. If they got $0 from requisition packs, they made no money. Nobody ever bought one with real money. Do you think that they still wouldn't have released Forge mode? Do you think they still wouldn't have a Halo Championship Series? Of course not. And that's what I'm just really confused about, as I see post after post after post on the forums saying, hey, give back, you know, put on the Halo Championship Series emblems and show your Halo pride. Show us that, you know, you're involved in the community. Show us you support the game. Well, I support your game because I bought it. I support your game when I talk about it. I support your game when I recommend it to my friends. I support your game when I watch your tournaments online, when I watch your live stream, when I go to your webpage. You guys know I'm invested and interested, but the idea that I got to just keep doing this every time a new flashy skin or a new emblem comes, and then they're going to blast this big page in my face and say, hey, we've raised $800 million or $80 or 7 cents to fight the fight and give back to the Halo Championship Series finalists. Don't care. And I don't know. Just my little rant on that. I don't know if it's a popular video or not. I really don't care. I think it's something that needs to be said. But you know what? The truth is, what's $10 if you want to buy this skin, really? I mean, $10 is like Wendy's one day or something, right? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, $10 is really nothing. But for me, it's the principle of it. And it's the fact that, you know, this overarching notion that, you know, I may not be as enthusiastic as a player as my brethren standing next to me who has the skin because he procured it. It just sits a little odd to me. So just keep that in mind. Don't let the you know, take a step back and think about it. Think about how the business works. Think about how the business model was laid out. Think about what percentage of your money is actually going into anything outside of your initial $60 investment. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll sway some people differently to not buy these, and maybe it'll change some of the business practices. But I will tell you, in my Sunday morning Halo Fest, where I went a whopping 1-7 on Team Deathmatch, I can tell you guys that most people had them. So I'm definitely in the minority here by crossing my arms and coming off as a crotchety middle-aged man. Anyways, that's all I have. Let me know if you guys got the pack. Do you care? Do you not care? Big whoop. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.